Now remember, I'm not Instagram famous by any means. I'm just an average Joe who happened to experience an exponential growth on Instagram. So I just want to share the hacks that worked for me.
I'm probably one of like the best photographers in the game, right? Hey, can you get out the way, North Borders? Come on.
Nah, they're all jokes. All of my friends are great photographers. You guys know that. So today we're zoning in on two things. Number one, how to have a sick looking Instagram. And also number two, how can you grow your Instagram and really get the most juice out of it. Name's Juice, man.
Big juice, man.
Blank check reference? Nope. Okay, moving on. So the photos that we'll be using for reference come from this shoot that I did back in Australia, but I thought that this would be a good opportunity to share all of the Instagram hacks that I know, along with some other people that you may know. So if you see us jumping back and forth between there, that's the reason why. Let's hop into it. So as you can see, we got a lot of dope shots, but I'll jump into the pictures later. Here's the first thing that you gotta know to have a sick looking Instagram. Be consistent with how you edit the photos and have similar colors within those photos. So let's go over to Mike real quick for a couple of extra tips on this.
Borders, he's one of the killers. Shut up! I'm trying to vlog here. What is the one tip that you would give anybody on being able to have a beast Instagram grid to make you say, oh, yo, I should follow this guy?
Color.
Color.
Yeah, a lot of color popping. Like sometimes if you like post like a dark, if you post like a dark picture and then a light picture, and you can follow like a light dark pattern. So like, for example, I might post like a night photo and then I'll post like a daylight photo or something, or photos that work with each other, you know what I mean? Like one's dark, one's light, an orange picture, then a blue picture, then an orange picture, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, North Borders might follow you.
North Borders?
No. North Borders might follow you.
You need to have what I call color consistency. Take a look at these two examples. Which one of these looks better to you? Depending on your preference, the one with color consistency is probably the one that you will lean towards just because it looks a lot more uniform. But I need to make a note, neither one of them look bad, just so you know one of them gives a more clean, professional look. They both look fine. Pick two colors and try and make those as uniform as possible throughout the rest of your photos. That means try and adjust the hue slider so that those match up as close as possible. Notice the pictures I took on this photo shoot. The blues, you see how they're slightly in that aqua range, and you see how the greens are pushed more into the orange, yellowish tint color? That's what I mean when I say to have color consistency. Pick your color palette and stick with it. Remember this, not every picture is going to work with your grid. Don't try and force it. We can tell. Don't do it. Also, mix it up. I see this all the time when people say, hey, check out my Instagram. There's either that one guy that does all tight shots or another guy that does all wide shots. Mix it up, get some mediums, wides, tights, use the best of both worlds, stick them together, baby. So that's the basic stuff. If you want me to go into more detail on that and make a whole separate video about that, feel free to click the like button down. That will let me know and I'll make that video. How do you grow? There are so many videos about this stupid topic. So I gotta be straight with you. Growing on Instagram is hard. That's the reason why you have Instagram taking away likes and experimenting with all this stuff, because they have no idea how to deal with this like monster that they have created. Now remember, I'm not Instagram famous by any means, but what I have experienced is just this average Joe. See what I did there? Because my name is Joe. Okay, moving on. I'm just an average Joe who happened to experience an exponential growth on Instagram. So I just want to share the hacks that worked for me. By the way, this is not a flex. It is just an example, so lay off. I grew from 700 followers to almost 7,000 followers in a span of 6 months. Before then, I grew from 400 followers to 700 followers in a year. You guys have probably experienced more growth than I have. So all I'm saying is, if you apply these tips, you're probably gonna do better than I can. So here we go. The first thing I did is I found my style.
S-T-Y-L-E.
You need to find your style. You need to find your identity. For photographers and brands, this isn't just Instagram. This is your portfolio. This literally speaks about what you can offer. This might hurt some people. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, okay? But if you want to be taken seriously as a photographer, I suggest ditching those selfies, ditching those random pictures that you take with that front-facing camera, and start focusing on your brand. If it doesn't apply to your brand, don't post it. But that's just me, let's move on. So let's go back in time a little bit. I don't have any screenshots of how many followers I had before, but you can see the likes for a reference point, even though that's not the point. The point here is look at the style that was created. Look at the colors, look at the consistency, look at the types of photos that were being taken. You don't see landscapes, do you?
Why, Dofu?
Simply put, that's not what I was going for. Hold up, I know someone who knows way more about this than I do, so let's hit him up. Yo, what's up, bro? Okay, how do you find your style on Instagram or in photography in general?
Yeah, Joey, that's an interesting question. I reckon with the Instagram feed, don't try and limit yourself to just one style. So don't try and force anything. Just try and just learn. And with that process, you will eventually see that your photos will start looking a certain way because that's how you like to perceive photography as.
Clean. Thanks, bro. Give yourself an identity, whether it be with fashion, shoes, cars, landscape, black and white, stylistic choice, anything at all, but find your identity. Find out what you want and stick with it. When I say stick to it, I don't mean you can't try new things. No, go experiment, be creative. But what I am saying is if you are listening to me right now and you don't have a clear picture in mind of what your style is, then maybe you're not ready to grow on Instagram. You're in the preparation phase. But that is step one, so you're on the right track. Number two, no Little Rascals references. Be consistent. And I mean that in a lot of different ways. First, be consistent in what you are posting. You want people to know what to expect when they follow you. So check this out. Look at my feed. You can look at this for 5 seconds and you will know exactly what it is you're getting into if you choose to follow me. It is some decent looking photography geared towards filmmakers and photographers. Cool. Now imagine
we are here. You gotta imagine.
Chris D'Elia reference? Man, you guys need to watch more stand-up. Now imagine if you follow me right here, right now. And then one day, out of the complete freaking blue, I start posting pictures all about cleaning supplies and random selfies of me with the vacuum cleaner. You're gonna be like, hey yo, what the frick? You'll be asking yourself, what happened to this guy's pictures? This isn't what I signed up for. So be consistent in what you post. There is nothing wrong with changing gears, but just know that it's a very slippery slope whenever you choose to do that. So be consistent on what you post. But also you need to be consistent on how often you're posting. Everybody listen up, remember this. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't get caught up with all of these big creators that are posting 3 to 8 pictures a day and they have a carousel spinning thing on their Instagram and you can swipe through and they have a video at the end and they have photos. Forget that. If you are taking that many pictures, cool, dude, by all means go for it. But it is a marathon. Now I'm all about working smarter, not harder. Take your time on your content. Post once a day, post once every other day, but just make sure that you're not posting just to post. Post something that lines up to your brand. I've seen this happen so many times. You get a guy who has a photo shoot and then posts all those pictures at one time and that is it. Bro, you just gave away all of your cards. Let me tell you something my dad told me. Sometimes you need to give that girl you like some space. Give her the chance to miss you. Same with Instagram. Give your followers time to miss what you post. Number 4, forget about the followers. Dang, man, can you say that 4 times fast? Number 4, forget all the followers. Number 4, forget the followers. That's actually a lot easier than I expected. I know it's annoying, bro. I hate it. And I still hate it to this day. All these creators with thousands of followers who have already made it and they're saying, hey man, it's not about the numbers. What the frick? Shut up. However, hear me out. You don't want to be this guy. You may have stumbled across accounts just like this one and you just think something doesn't smell right. And I know what you may be thinking, bro, that's almost 1,000 likes per picture. That's dope. Well, yes, but not according to the algorithm. Pause. Let's look at Lamon's IG for a quick second and we'll come back to this dude. Lamon has a similar follower account to this other example that we just had. Lamon is really hanging out in this 6,000 to 7,000 likes per photo on average. And these guys have similar numbers. So what is going on here? If you don't take anything from this video, take this. It's not about the number of followers. It's about the engagement. And if you want to make money, that's where brands come in. Brands don't care about the number of followers that you have. They are looking for a good ROI, a return on investment. So if you can't provide that, the numbers really don't matter anymore. There is no point of fishing in a pond full of goldfish when you're looking for sharks. Number 5, you gotta create community. Yeah, it sounds cheesy, but hear me out. This is the most important thing. Don't overcomplicate this big word that has 2 M's in it. I know, crazy. Community means connecting with people that are like-minded, that have similar interests. So regardless of what you're interested in, make sure that you use the location feature that is applied before you post a picture. This allows for other people to find you and you to find other people. Whether that be at conferences, whether that be at events, or even competitions. That's what happened to me. I entered a competition and I went in there just wanting to make friends in the same area that I am interested in. And that genuine desire to be in community, to have a relationship, to make friends, created relationships that are still ongoing to this day. Which leads me to this, and I have to say it. Don't use people for the number of followers that they have. Community means offering value to others, not just receiving. A wise man once told me it is better to give than to receive, and that is so true. That opens doors for you. That means that when you decide to DM some creator, don't go to them asking for a free camera or trying to find out what it is that you can take from them, but rather go in there and say, hey, what is it that I can offer you? What is it that I can give? And I guarantee you that that will get you way further than any asking of anything. Quit asking for shoutouts literally out of the blue and focus on making a genuine connection with any creator that you have. I have not asked for a single shout out from any of my creator friends, yet I have been shouted out multiple times by several of them. Why? Because of this one simple phrase: relationships over shoutouts all day. Also, having other creators follow you lets the algorithm know that these are similar people that you should follow. That's why you get suggestions whenever you follow a certain person in a certain area, and then you start recognizing those names on the bottom because they see, oh, these people are in the same interest. So there you have it. There is so much to this Instagram thing, I really think that I underestimated it. But the best advice that I can give you is this. Whatever area it is in your life that you want to be known for, let's take photography for example. Whatever it is, let every single person around you know that photography is what you do. Eat, breathe, and sleep photography. Let all your friends know. Let your business cards know. Let YouTube followers know. Let Instagram know. Let Facebook know. Let everybody know that you eat photography for breakfast. And eventually, as you continue doing that, everyone will come to you for their photography needs. Not because you're good, not because you're great, not because you suck, but because everyone knows that you are a photographer. People are more likely to go to you just because they know what you do, not because of the quality of what you do. So I am going to do my part in this community. If you are serious about photography, serious about filmmaking, serious about these things, go ahead and comment your Instagram down below and where you're from. And just maybe you can make a connection that will just be of mutual benefit for both of you. And I'd love to check out some of your guys' work, so feel free to drop it down below. That is all I have for you. Please, if any one of these tips helped you out, please like this video, comment down below your Instagram handles, and oh man, I almost got that outro. Like this video if it helped you out, comment your Instagram down below, and I will catch you on the flip side. God, I had that so close.